Okay, welcome back everybody to the next episode in Turning Wealth Inside Out, or Quantum Wealth. In the last episode, we were talking about these transparent beliefs that we can't see, that have been holding us back. And rather than going against what we intuitively feel, we want to be counterconformative. And we looked at some of those beliefs like time is money, that it isn't money. Time is not money. It never was. That you can replace money, you can't replace time. And that is a belief that was installed in our brains by the money power that wanted people to go to work, give up their time to make money, and made them believe that money was more valuable than their time. And so we need to change these beliefs at the quantum level. And the first step is awareness. So we said that time is not money. And so you go, well, what is time and money? What are time and money then? Well, let's take a look. So what are time and money? Well, money is a form of energy. So if you think about electricity as a form of energy, right? And neither Tesla or Edison actually discovered electricity. It had always been there. What they learned or discovered was how to harness that energy. And by harnessing that energy, they were able to turn it into a power, right? Because where do we store electricity? In a power station, right? So when you learn how to harness energy, it becomes a power. When you don't know how to harness that energy, you just spend it. It is spent energy. And the masses have been programmed and led to believe that they need to measure their success in the material world, so they need to spend money to get it. They need to earn money by exchanging time for money. Then they have to spend that money, and the person with the most stuff wins the game. Well, that's what we're meant to believe, right? So nothing could be further from the truth. So rather than spend money on stuff, what the wealthy know is you need to harness that energy, invest it, that then becomes a power, and the investments will throw off the extra surplus money that you can live in the life of your choosing. And the more money, power you accumulate, then you can start to invest it and live off the interest, to live off the returns, right? So money is a form of energy which can be converted into a power. And that power in our world is exerted by giving you a voice. What you have to say is heard. People listen to you because you have power. If you don't have money, no one listens to you and you are powerless. Point in case, 25,000 men, women, and children die on planet Earth every day of starvation on a planet where there's more than enough food to feed everybody, many, many times over. So the reality, the harsh reality, the truth, what do they say about the truth? It'll set you free, but first it'll tick you off. We could provide food for all those people who die of starvation every day. 10,000 of those people that die every day are children, by the way, but it's considered to be a collateral damage, a necessary loss in a failed system, because any government could feed them. But the problem is this: you feed them today, you got to feed them tomorrow. You feed them the next day, you feed them the next day. Not only you got to feed them, you got to give them water. Not only you got to give them food and water, you got to clothe them. You got to put shoes on their feet, and you got to do it every day. And that will demotivate the other people who are you making believe, programming to believe you got to have a job. You've got to make a living. You've got to go to work. Because that also is not true, but they don't want you to realize the lie. Think about what happened when COVID-19 came along and the government was just giving money away. No one was working. It's a game. Okay, now, so time is not money. Money is a form of energy, which when we know how to harness it, it becomes a power. Okay, well, what is time then? Well, when you think about someone being rich, it means they have a lot of money. But that doesn't mean you're wealthy. What? Well, you see, you could be rich, you could have a lot of money, you can make $1 million a year, but you could spend $2 million, right? So wealth is measured in time. How much time can you spend living in the lifestyle of your choosing without having to work? So time is wealth. So we measure wealth in time. So in other words, if you've got $60,000 and your monthly expenses are $5,000, how long could you live off that $60,000 without going to work? 12 months, right? So your wealth is 1 year. So what we want is to create generational wealth where your children, your children's children don't have to worry about money and they can make life decisions and focus on what they really want to do with their life rather than what they think they have to do to make a living. Now, that would be a great world, wouldn't it? Now, so what does wealth give you? Freedom. So I want you to realize that money is a power, gives you a voice, and that time is your freedom. And you need them both. So when we harness the energy, we can light up the world, just like Edison and Tesla did, right? Now, time gives us the ability to create wealth. So we've got to make time more valuable than money. Time will give you freedom, the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, anytime you want. Now, spending more time with your family, doing more of the things in life that are meaningful to you. So it's important that we put these things in the right priority. Time is much more valuable than money. You can replace money, but you cannot replace time. So money is a form of energy that becomes a power, and time is your wealth, which gives you freedom. It's very important that you understand which is which and how to use both of them, which we're going to cover in future episodes. In the meantime, sapere ord, dare to be wise.